Hey there, this is Vin and Pip's channel, Covenant and Promise. Today we're going to be having a look at the wise virgins with the oil in their lamps and what it actually means, and we're going to go through a couple of scriptures relating to that, so take it away, Pip.
Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them.
Right, so what we're going to be asking is, what is this oil? What's the oil? What is the oil? So when you think of it, they're going to be married, yeah? This is the marriage feast, yeah? And the foolish virgins didn't have enough oil, yeah? So we can look at, like, sort of, for instance, look at different scriptures as once my land was full of judgment, yeah, or full of prayer, sorry, and oil ran down the beard of Aaron. Now, how is my faithful city become a harlot? Because the prayer and the oil, prayer is judgment if you look in your Strong's. So once my land was full of judgment, and the oil is his covenant, the righteousness. So judging in a righteousness, so judging in covenant. Once his land judged in righteousness, how has my faithful city become a harlot? Because they don't do that anymore. They don't fulfill the royal law. Now, this is the oil in the lamp. The oil in the lamp is to walk in covenant and to teach others to do so. That's to judge in righteousness. Yeah. So if we go to let's go to Proverbs 5. My son, keep thy father's commandments and forsake not the law of thy mother. Bind them continually upon thine heart and tie them about thy neck. When thou goest, it shall lead thee. When thou sleepest, it shall keep thee. And when thou awakest, it shall talk with thee. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light. And reproofs of instruction, so this is judging righteously, yeah? Reproofs of instruction are the way of life, the way that leads to salvation, the way that leads to life. So to fulfill the royal law, to teach your brother, to love your brother like yourself, the two commandments that Messiah came to put out there was to love God with all your heart, and to love your brother like yourself is to teach him when he's in error or when he's not in covenant. Now, the oil, the corn, the oil, and the wine is what the watchmen give onto their enemies. It says there's going to come a time when the corn, the oil, the wine is not given onto your enemies anymore. So what's in the lamps? What's the oil? Yeah, it's the gospel of peace. You know, peace between God and man. And you know the foolish virgins, they didn't teach the gospel of peace, so they didn't keep the covenant, and their lamps weren't full of oil.
They're dogs that didn't bark.
Yeah, dogs that didn't bark, the missus just said. Yeah, she's not wrong there. So anyway, did you want to read anything else?
No, that's it.
So I'm just going to skip across a few proverbs just to show you how important the commandments are. My son, keep my words and lay up my commandments. This is chapter 7. Lay up my commandments with thee. Keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thine eye. Right? So, chapter 5, Proverbs, my son, attend unto my wisdom, yeah, and bow thine ear to my understanding, that thou mayest regard direction, and that thy lips may keep knowledge. Yeah, my people perish through lack of knowledge. Knowledge of what? His law, his commandments. For the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil. That means the deceiver's pretty fucking smooth with their words, eh? Right, so let's go to chapter 4, verse 3. But I was my father's son, tender and only beloved. In the sight of my mother, he taught me also, and said unto me, let thine ear attain my words, keep my commandments, and live. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Yeah? So let's go to Proverbs. I'm going backwards here because I'm weird like that. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 3. My son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. I mean, it's in every single proverb to keep his covenant, to keep his commandments. You could just go through and go up to 13, it's still saying the same thing. Anyway, I'll just read from chapter 1:22 because it's lovely, and then I'll end there. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning. And fools hate knowledge. Remember, as people perish through lack of knowledge. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you, because I have called. And ye refused. I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. So they're doing despite the Spirit of grace. Yeah, they've been called and didn't listen. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For they that hated knowledge, and did not choose the fear of the Lord. Yeah, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, and the beginning of knowledge is to keep his covenants. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whosoever hearken unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. Chapter 2. My son, if thou wilt receive my words, and hide my commandments with thee, so that thou incline thine ear unto wisdom, and apply thine heart to understanding, yea, if thou criest after knowledge, and liftest up the voice for understanding, if thou seekest her as silver, and searchest her out for hid treasures, then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord, and find the knowledge of God. For the Lord giveth wisdom out of his mouth, cometh knowledge and understanding. He layeth up sound wisdom for the righteous. That's the Spirit of truth. He is a buckler to them that walk uprightly. He keepeth the paths of judgment, and preserveth the way of the sanctified. Then shalt thou understand righteousness and judgment and equity. Yea. Till next time.